Hi beautiful people, assalamu alaikum. My name is Sharifa. If you're new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel to join the family and to get notified whenever I upload. You have to hit the notification bell. So thanks for joining me today about this birth labor. It's a mixed video or sit down video for you guys, and I think I'll not be making vlogs for some time. I'll be making sit down videos. I do not know if I'll stick to it. In case of any change, I'll be letting you know in any vlog. I've been doing vlogs on Fridays and then sit down videos on Monday, but I think I'll be doing sit down videos for some time now. And yes, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, do not forget to comment, and I'm so thankful for those who comment because it's a certain kind of feedback. So alhamdulillah, I had a healthy pregnancy. My pregnancy was so healthy that I did not puke, I did not lose any kind of I do not know, it's not as normal as your life without being pregnant, but it's kind of better than the worst pregnancy where you have high anxiety, too much pressure, things of a sort. So I had my son Nihat Kahil on 11th of August 2020, and this is how it all began. I think I had cramps for at least 3 days. I did not know that it was a sign of labor. And on Sunday, because I gave birth to him on Tuesday, on Sunday the difference I had is that I had a ton of energy, so I made a lot of daddies or bundazi, and I was just getting ready such that anyone who would visit me by that time would come to a house full of snacks, full of everything. So I made quite a lot of snacks, nuts, daddies, and frying some things that were additives to that, and getting ready, buying all stuff that I needed after birth, such that those who come to visit you omanyi abantu bajja okukyala balabe ku baby biki, so olina okubeera n'ebintu, olina okubeera nga olina okukubye banaalya nga tolina genda mufumbiro okufumba kuba already you've given birth, and sometimes you get house helps naye tebatuyamba nnyo nga tuzadde kubanze. I personally, I for one, my house help by that time was the laziest person I saw. Sorry to say, but she was so slow, very slow. She would do one task for over 5 hours. Just heating up water for me to go and shower, she would do that for 2 hours. Putting up something for me to eat would be like for 20 hours. I do not know, but bamenya, so you also have to be prepared. So, and the labor kicked off on Monday. On Monday, nakera nina kala amaanyi, but I did not have appetite on Monday, so I was just there. I did not understand those whole emotions that I had on Monday, but I did not know that it was labor. So I thought I had a UTI, and I was planning to go up for a checkup because I lived in hospital premises. So by the time I told my friends, I shared with my midwife friends, Suzanne, Hope, they were like, why would you have cramps? Why would you have that? I think you're getting ready. I think your labor is about to kick in. So I had a discharge, and they wanted to see what color of discharge I had, and I had, this video is a little TMI, disclaimer, it's a little TMI. So they called me and told me to show them the discharge that I had, and I took it, I got a little of it and put it on something white, because as you see this stained or this dirty, when you put something out of this color white, you would see the real color of what you've put. So when I put it, like here, the clean part, when I put it here, I saw that it was becoming bloody, it was changing, and so they were concerned, and they told me that was a show. It's called a show in science, I do not know, in midwifery. They told me, get dressed, let's go walk around, because we have a lady down there where we thrift from, so she thrifts and we also thrift from her. So we went to buy those items that she had brought because we made orders, and we escorted Oliver to get a car. It was in lockdown, so the cars were so scarce. I moved through my contractions because the moment they said it was a shock, the contractions began. So I moved through them. They were not as painful in the start. So by we started that journey of going to town at 5 p.m. We came back at 7. I was with Hope. So when we came back at 7, I tried to open my door and I couldn't open. I was like, when I try to open, you guys, the pain just increases, and it's a lot bitter when I put the key in the padlock. So she was concerned and she was so scared. She told me, let's go up and we get you checked and see how far you are, because you've been moving through them. So we went up. My husband was still working by 7. The patients were so many, so he was still working, and he saw us go up, because I had called him while I was in town, and I told him labor has started, and he was like, are you sure? So to confirm, because I joke a lot, to confirm, he saw me going up. So he came while they were checking me up, and they told him I was at 4 centimeters already. Alhamdulillah for that, because I do not know if they told me I'm 1 centimeter with all that pain, what I would do. So they told him, and he was like, but she's still laughing, she can still talk, what is that labor? They told him, okay, you wait a little few more hours and you'll see what labor really means. She will not laugh, she will not talk. But alhamdulillah, I proved them wrong, because I was still able to talk, I was still able to engage in conversations and laugh and then go back to my business. So they told me to go back home, pack my stuff and bring them. So I went back, packed through the contractions. I did not pack, but I told Hope what to. Hope is a midwife and she's my good friend. She helped me through that. So you guys, make beneficial friends. Do not just make friends for friends. Make a friend who will help you through anything. So Hope was very, very, very nice to me, and she was there for me. I thank her and I shout out to her and her family, Hope, Emma, and Zion. Hello. And after it was around, they told us to go back. So they spaced the contractions, I think, with 3 hours. That's when I would get checked, or I would get a VE, vaginal examination. That's when I would get. So I was there up to 10:30, and it was time to go back up, because they were getting more tense and more painful. And by that, at the time we left the hospital to come and pack, we used the time to call our parents and let them know that labor had really kicked in, and they had their prayers for us. They told me what to say, because my mom-in-law told me to say Alhamdulillah, Allah Akbar, Subhanallah, and that's what I used. It was really helpful, and it was too much soothing for me. I thank her for that, because I wouldn't have found out what to say during those contractions. So we had to go back. So the next VE I had was at 11 p.m. and I was already 6 centimeters. Thank God, 6 centimeters. You cannot imagine. That is the best thing you can ever hear from a midwife while you're laboring. Whenever you hear the plus centimeters, 4, 6, 9, it is just so beautiful. And I pray that all of us have the most patient, the most smooth labor. Labor is just something else, but it's not as painful as people say it is, because I waited for the most painful contraction and I did not get it. Whenever I'm going to say contraction, I say construction. Am I a builder? So I was already at 6 by 11, and by 12 a.m. you guys, my people, because people do not want to be called guys. Guys is not only for men, it's just something. So by 12 a.m. I was already fully dilated, and alhamdulillah, I was already at 10 centimeters, but the problem came that my descent was not coming down. My water had not yet broke, and she gave me time and she broke it by 2. At 2, Msao Abe or Mama Abby had to break my water, because she was the one on duty that night, and I'm so thankful that I had this whole team, my friends and still professionals. So it's very beautiful to have a professional friend group, because they helped me a lot. And shout out to her also, to her daughter Naka, Prosi, and her son Joseph, all that family. I love it so much. And my descent was not that good. I do not know how they do that descent thing, but they told me the baby was not going down, like the baby was not going as close as pushing. And yes, I had to understand that was also involved, So by 4, she had me start practice pushing. She had me start practice pushing, and the pushes helped me. Those practice pushes helped me because she told me push. You should push not from your chest, but you should push from your tummy. So do not use your chest like but you just do that silent push from down like you're pooping, and it helped me a lot, you guys. I learned it, and I think it's also another skill we should add in our CV. Just a joke. But I those practice pushes, she told me when the baby's head gets out, I'll tell you to hold your leg, one, I do not know which leg, right or left, hold it up, and then I'll have to pull the baby out. And I was like, yes, what are we waiting for? Let's do this. And alhamdulillah, by 4:30 I started pushing, but I pushed 4:30 and I pushed up to 6:44. That's when my son was born. But why did I push for so long? That hospital is too much of non-government organization, and it's on healthy center 3 level, and it is not as equal other hospitals are. It's of course cheap, it's everything that would help people that are out here, because this is a village, it's not town. So we did not have an ultrasound scan there, because after all that pushing, if you had an ultrasound scan, you would check out to see why the baby is not getting out. But he was bringing ring fire. Ring fire is when he comes, so his head comes through. This is the area where he has to pass, then it comes through like this. So this opening and pushing brings some burning sensation around here. I do not know whether I'm explaining the right thing, but I know it's right to me. It brings a burning sensation right here, and that burning sensation is what is called ring fire in midwifery. So he was bringing ring fire with his head coming and going back. So the time Musau Abe realized, she was like, I think there is a problem, so let me get very dressed and very alert for the baby. I think there is something happening. And the time she came and tried to push out the head. When it came, he had a cord tied all around his neck, and it was what was stopping him from coming out. So alhamdulillah for his life, because if it were not for God, he would not have made it. He wouldn't have made it, because it is very difficult for babies who have tied cords to come out alive. And remember, you do not know you're in that hospital, and that's why I said everything happens according to God's plan, because with that happened, I cannot imagine. So it was 6:44 a.m. 11th August 2020 when he was born. We had Kahil. I had never had such a beautiful, strong cry after all that I went through. His cry was so perfect, his cry was so cute, and he was so healthy, and he weighed so good. I'm so thankful for that. I cannot imagine anything more beautiful than my son, because I got him with love, and I have him through love, and we're going to raise him with love, and I pray he gets all the love that we have to give him. And I pray that Allah blesses all of us with children, because having children is the best thing. So it was not a fancy hospital, it was not as well equipped, but alhamdulillah, somebody's calling me up. Oh, so sorry about that. I was being called after this little man was crying. He was really tired of what they were feeding him with, and today he's a little crampy. So that is it for today's video, and that was my birth story, my labor story, and I hope I made a little bit of sense to you people. Why are you laughing? I didn't make sense? So see you in my next video.